Everybody thinks Meta is out there to take your money on a daily basis. That couldn't be further from the truth. Contrary to popular belief, Meta is sending you signals inside of your ad account every single day, telling you exactly the signals that they want you to interpret and how to make the necessary changes. It is your job, post-Andromeda, to be able to understand what these signals mean and how to interpret them to make the necessary decisions. In this video, I break down all of the key metrics that you need to know inside of the ad account, not just their basic understanding that everybody knows, but the signals that Meta themselves are trying to send to you so you can optimize your ads. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Onto the Miro board, let's get straight into it. So, how to read the signals Meta sends you inside your ads manager. Following on from what I said in the introduction of the video, Meta is now sending you signals that are more important than ever inside your ad account and how to grow and how to scale it post-Andromeda. Your job now is to be able to actually understand the signals that they're sending to you, not just know the numbers on a surface level base. So we're going to go through all of these numbers here inside the ad account so that you understand every single one. This is how people actually interpret Meta post-Andromeda, and couldn't be any further from the truth. And once you watch this video, you'll understand exactly what I mean by this. So here are the actual inputs, right? So people are putting in, I'm going to use freehand here. Bear with me. Perfect. So people are, let's change that there. People are putting in their inputs, right? They're putting it into this mystery box that they see it as, right? They're putting in $950 and they don't know what gun they're going to get out, right? That couldn't be further from the truth. Once you watch this video, you're going to understand the signals that are most important to you to make the decisions and help you to scale. So what do you get out from this then? Once you understand it, you understand, right, you're getting out profit. Right? You're getting out ROAS. Oh, that was a bad R. I'll just stick with it, you know what I mean? And then you have your CAC. Okay? They're the three metrics that you're going to get outside of it, right? Now, inside of this, inside of the Meta mystery box, you have some ad set numbers that are super important. I'm going to break down some more. You have your CPL, your cost per call, your link CTR, your unique CTR, your CPMs, your CPC, and your hook hold. Then on the funnel side, these are the two ones that are super important to me if you actually ask me. Your landing page conversion rate and your VSL play rate if you are running a VSL funnel. The rest of these are simply just nice numbers to have drop-off rate, not bin rate. Now, before I actually bring you into the metrics that are inside the ad account here, what I want to show you first is this, right? So post-Andromeda, more important than ever, you have a metric inside your ad account, right? You look into your ads manager, you go in here and you see all of these numbers here and you want to be able to interpret them, okay? Meta sends you a signal now and they're more important than ever. Usually the old way of media buying used to be the case of, okay, there was a number here and you'd simply just change a few buttons. Now it's all about messaging, it's all about congruency, it's all about the data and letting the data tell the story. So Meta sends you this signal. They are sending this to you clear as day. You just need to know how to interpret it. Then you interpret that data. You then take the necessary action based on that interpretation, and then you obviously optimize and scale up your metrics. Let's just do a square up that way. Perfect, right? So hopefully that makes sense so far. Now, these are the metrics that actually matter for scale. So let's jump into them straight away. Okay, perfect. So we have our CPMs. If I was to ask somebody what a CPM actually meant, they would be correct in saying that it is the cost per 1,000 impressions. That is literally what it says inside the ads manager here. But here's what the actual signal means for you and your messaging post-Andromeda. It actually means, are you hitting a solid pocket audience, and does the platform like your creative format? Messaging is congruency. Congruency is everything. Finding an avatar, having a strategy that is the basis of everything post-Andromeda. I talk about it in other videos. Links will be in the description. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you watch them. So the signal that you are looking for from your CPMs is, are you hitting a solid pocket audience, and does your platform like your creative format? So what can you say here? I'm not going to give you a benchmark number because it completely depends on your offer, price point, everything else in between. For example, we have one with our client, for example, that we started off with a CPM of $60. Pretty good, right? Because it was a 5K price point. Then all of a sudden the CPM spiked. Why? We added new creatives, new creative formats, new creative styles to test. They climbed up to $300, $400. We simply couldn't tolerate that. You could probably be sitting here today, your offer, your client could have CPMs that are $400 or $500, but you can tolerate that because you have a high price point on your service, or you have a small TAM. That is absolutely fine. What I'm trying to say here is you need to understand that if you have a high CPM, or if you can tolerate high CPMs, that's perfect. But it is an indication of how it is resonating with your pocket audience, and if the platform actually likes your creative format and sending it out there to the auction place that is the ad library. So, boom, that is CPMs complete. Next is our hook hold rate. And if you were to ask somebody what is a hook hold rate, it is the retention after the first 3 seconds. How many people, what percentage of your customer base or of the people who watch your video are continuing to watch it after the first 3 seconds. Now, here's actually what it actually means. It is a hook relatability. Is your opening hook landing with the people seeing it? Is your ICP, is your avatar seeing the hook? Is it stopping the scroll? Is it grabbing them by the shirt collar? Is it speaking to their problems, their circumstances, or their desired outcomes? And is it resonating with them enough for them to be intrigued to go through to the body, the bridge, and the CTA? Next up is our unique CTR. If you were to ask somebody, this is the clicks that actually leave the platform and go onto your landing page, your opt-in page, your quiz funnel, anything else that you're running currently. Now, I'm not talking about your CTR, your link click-through rate, your CTR all. I am talking about your unique link click-through rate. So, what does this actually mean, and what is the signal Meta is sending to you? This is the majority versus the minority hook. Is your ad actually resonating with your ICP? Is what you're saying in your hook, in your body, is your CTA super simple and articulate to tell them what you want them to do next? Is it driving them to take that next action? For example, click learn more to watch the training. Click learn more to book a call with our team and speak about XYZ. Click below to opt into the masterclass that we're running, for example. CTR clicked off. Now, next is the frequency, and this one is super important. People just see this as how many times the same person sees your ad. No, this is actually one of the most important metrics post-Andromeda for your business. This is a signal of, number one, your audience saturation, and number two is your ad fatigue. Now, let's just go back over these now for a second. I feel like anything over a 25%, I should have given you a figure. Anything over 25% is definitely scalable right now, okay? Your unique CTR, if you're sitting at 2% and above, you're doing pretty well. And that is one thing that you can definitely see as positive signs. Anything below that, you're not doing too bad, but it's a case of you want to monitor and make sure that you can play a doubles game here, right? It's a lot easier to double 2% than it is to double 25%. Play a doubles game, double the amount of people click through onto your page, double the amount of people book calls, if we're talking about perfect situations. Frequency. If your frequency is above 2, this means that your audience, number one, is too saturated and ad fatigue is starting to set in. The same person is seeing your ad more than 2 times a day. You do not want that to be happening. So how do you actually combat your frequency? So as you can see down here for one of our consultant clients, it's a pretty much a case of, yes, they're pretty fatigued. Now this one down here is a hammer them campaign, which is absolutely fine. You actually want people to be seeing that. Another video about that, but you want that to be about like 25 plus. That's absolutely fine depending on the amount of creatives inside the account, but let's not get bogged down by that. Fatigue is starting to set in, the audience is saturated, we need to make a change inside that account. For example, that is what we interpret as the signals. See, we're doing this in real time. Now, the next one is your landing page conversion rate. This is not inside of Meta, but this is one that I wanted to give to you. This is the amount of page visitors who take the intended action. Opt into your funnel, book a call for your VSL call funnel, opt into your webinar, take the quiz funnel, etc., etc. Fill in your lead form if you have that, right? But here's what it actually means. Congruency and relevance. Is the landing page driving action based on what the ad says? This is super important. I keep talking about it. Messaging congruency is absolutely everything. What you say in your ad, whether it be a static or a video, what you say in your body copy, what you say in your headline, what you say in the landing page once somebody jumps on is all super important. If your ad says one thing and your funnel says another thing, that leads to confusion and doubt. And doubtful and confused customers never take action. You want to make sure that everything is congruent and you want it to be relevant also. You want to drive action. Now, VSL Play Rate, okay? This is one that's interesting, and I kind of have it in blue here because some of you might be running a webinar, challenge funnel, quiz funnel, anything else in between, profile funnel. This is how many people are actually watching your VSL, right? Now, before I actually show you the number, anything above 10% is technically you're doing okay. It's never going to be too crazy. We actually scaled a business that was sitting at a 6.8% VSL play rate. We did some optimizations inside of it, and we got to it like a 9.8 and a 10.4, kind of got between those two numbers, and we actually scaled pretty aggressively with that, which is good to see. Now, this is what the signal is. Is your video framed compellingly enough to earn the click? Is there a scroll stopping thumbnail? Is there chapters in the video where you can clearly see how long this video is? Is there a sped up timer so that people psychologically will continue watching because they think they're closer to the end of the video? All these things are in your control as a marketer. Now, next off is your cost per result. What are you actually paying per qualified outcome? That is what people would say on the front end. Signal. Are your ads actually speaking to the target audience and getting them to take the desired action? The whole thing is what you want to do is get them to take the desired action, but also you want them to be qualified. This comes through your pixel conditioning, this comes through your conversions API setup, this comes from what you say in your ad and your messaging, because messaging controls targeting. Now, last but not least, or second last but not least, we have our ROAS, return on ad spend. This is actually the final scoreboard. People just see this as the amount of return you get for every dollar you put into your ads. Technically, they're correct, but what it really means is we always talk about messaging. We talk about relatability. We talk about speaking to the right people, and we're talking about scaling your ads in this channel. So this actually means, are your ads hitting the right audience who are intent and buying? Again, this comes from what I spoke about up here. Is it a case that your ads are resonating with these people? Are you getting them to take the intended action? Are they intentful and they buying? And your conversions API and your pixel conditioning is super important in this part, because you're going to be sending back that data. The relevancy bias and the recency bias from your pixel is going to go after people who are intent and who are going to buy. It's also an overall ad and funnel performance metric as well, so take that into consideration as well. Again, I have another video coming out this week about how to financially model and to understand what your minimum ROAS is for scale. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be a saucy video, because so many people don't know how much they need to spend on ads to be profitable. And this is one of the metrics that you need to scale your ads aggressively in 2026. Now, last but not least, spend delivery. This is the amount spent versus daily budget. How many times has it happened to you as a marketer where you set a budget for $500 a day and your ads only spend $50 for 48 hours? That is a simple case, right? This is the actual signal that it means. Meta actually doesn't trust your campaign enough to spend your money. They see it, they've read your creatives, they've gone through it all, they've scanned it, their machine learning algorithm has gone through all of it, and it realizes that your ads are not good enough. So that is one to keep out for as well, on how to scale your ads. If your spend delivery is not being optimized, and if your ads are not hitting the mark, Meta will not spend your money. They actually want to help you out, contrary to popular belief. Now you actually are aware of what the numbers actually mean inside your ad account and how to make the right, informed, correct decisions post-Andromeda to help you scale. No longer is your ad account looking like this. It is actually looking more like a goldmine, because you can simply understand, once you do this, and once you know the signals, once you know your numbers, and once you know the metrics inside the ad account, you know exactly from what you spend, every dollar you put in, this gets negated, you know what the output is going to be. If you like this video, make sure to drop it a like. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. You don't know what that means to me as well. Dropping videos like this every single week for you guys, help you guys scale with meta ads, understand messaging, understand congruency, post Andromeda. I'll see you in the next video.